So we're back down at Berners for the first DSD social of the year. We've got 19 of the lads on, so we are hopeful for a good few fish if we're lucky enough.
Oh, Jesus!
Told you it was a lump.
That is a lump.
Gosh. Get in there.
Welcome back to Berners Hall. It's early spring and it's time for the first DSD social of the year. It's been a while since everyone's been together, so there's plenty of catching up to be done.
Fucking hell, it's getting crazy and you did just them then.
We're not closing none of the swims, guys, so you've got free choice. I know we said we were planning on it, but we're not going to. First one out, Fudge is going to pull out, and then whoever comes up, take the next one out, and we'll just go on like that.
Nicky.
Go on, Nix.
It's pressure.
If it ain't me, mate, I'm not coming into work Thursday.
Done your swim already. Harry. Oh, Harry. Said you could pull up first, didn't you?
Where you going, Nick? Peel it off for us.
Wow.
13.
Yeah.
Georgie. Where's Georgie?
Yeah.
Oh, you there?
Peel it off.
What number do you want to go, mate?
1.
Big one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's shut. And do you pull my name out?
18, mate, yeah?
Feet going everywhere, fucking catapults going.
He'll be in your water in 36 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Be lucky, everyone.
Come out first in the draw. On the walk round, the guy before me had a few out, so I jumped in here behind him and hopefully I'll pick a few, grab a couple off.
I came up third on the draw and I picked swim 1. The previous time I was here and I did blank, so I got unfinished business.
So we're back down on Berners first DSD social of the year. There's 19 of the lads on. We've done the walk and the draw already. Everyone's in their swims, finding their spots and getting their bait out. A few happy faces and a few sad ones, as there always is in the draw. We turned up and found out that there had been over 100 fish out of 3 pegs. So peg 1, peg 21 and peg 22 have done a lot of fish this weekend. Georgie managed to come out early enough to get in peg 1. Nicky got pulled out first and he went in 21, and then Matty was early enough also to jump in 22. So hopefully if the fish have stayed there, they'll manage to stay on them and have a few fish for the cameras. It's very warm this afternoon, so the fish are probably in the upper layers. Hopefully when it cools down this evening, the fish will get back on the bottom and we'll manage to pick up at least a fish this evening for the cameras.
I pulled out third from last, funny enough, typical. I was in peg, I think it's peg 10, and I was casting down towards 9 I think it is, and I saw a lot of fish in this little bay, so I decided to move down one more swim just to save the aggro casting down. I'll get better line lay just over top of these sort of siltweed, and I found a few fish milling around that sort of margin on the right hand side down there, and I decided just to flick a quick pop up down there, see if I can nick a quick bite. And a group of 4 or 5 fish come in, one sort of spooked off it, and then about 30 seconds later another one come in. I see it take the hook bait, nailed it, head shaking a lot, and I So I had to sprint back, grab the rod, and I think I possibly got 30 in the net to kickstart Berners off. .31.11. Just taking that far margin to my right hand side where I've seen a few fish as I arrived. Little size 6 wide gape on a little sit on a 40mm single yellow. And it was away within, say, about an hour. And the first one of Berners.
So we're just heading into the first night on Berners. Just the one fish out so far. Dan Smith up in the shallow end of the lake. 31.10 I believe it went. So not a bad start. All the lads just getting some bait out ready for tonight. Hopefully the fish will get their heads down. Now the sun's dropped, temperature's dropping a little bit. So we're hopeful for a few fish tonight.
After a beautiful sunrise, Harry was locked in battle with the second fish of the session. With this being Harry's first trip to the Essex venue, that added even more pressure to ensure the fish ended up in the nets.
Get up there! I'll have to lose that one last night, but it's about him. First trip to Berners, fishing on a Ronnie, 15 wraps out. Took a while to find a spot, but eventually found it. Leading to this one. Nice little start.
The action continued. This time Dan was away. The fish was having none of it though, putting up an epic battle, run after run, taking him all over the swim. Would Dan be able to regain control?
Well, that's come off. Cut me off.
As Dan was playing his first fish, Matty's rod ripped off. Surely this time, fish number 3 was going to be on the bank. After what only can be called a disaster, all of a sudden the atmosphere started to change. Carp putting on one hell of a show after show, things seemed to be looking up.
Cheers, boy.
Not one of Berners' biggest, but we'll take it, eh?
Ain't bad one, Ben.
Ain't bad, no.
Take that.
I was told I'd be having a 21 pounder today. So we'll take that. Just had this lovely two-tone common, just under 25 pound. After losing one earlier, it's made up for that, definitely. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was when it went in the net. Fishing at about 19 wraps. Little 11mm pop-up over particle and the crushed boilie. Let's slip her back and see if we can nick another one. That's a lump, son.
A lump. I told you it was a lump.
That is a lump.
Gosh. Get in there.
Boys, just crack a parody, boy.
There is a lump, isn't there?
That's my thumb, that.
Just under 38.
Oh. Gosh. Yeah, boy. DSD Social 2023. So was it just under 38 pound? Got on over about 10 bombs of mix using the DSD Weedy Green Stealth Hook Link with size 6 snipers on a Ronnie style. Get up, boy.
Go on, Jelly. Just up there, boy.
Get up, boy.
Today started off well with Scott in peg 5 having one in the early hours. It was only a little one and he ended up slipping that back. Harry picked one up just on first light. They were showing over him and I think it was only a matter of time before he picked one up. Then we had a quiet spell from late morning through to early afternoon. The wind's turned, it's now pushing into the tyre bank where I am, and the fish have definitely moved on the wind. They've been very active throughout sort of the early afternoon through to this evening. I ended up losing one, unfortunately got cut off, and then Matty lost one in peg 22 shortly after me. Then unfortunately again, Ben ended up losing one and Georgie just after him, so we've had a bit of an unfortunate afternoon until I managed to land that common just under 25 pound. As we were doing the photos of that, Burge's rod steamed off and he landed an immaculate, just shy of 38 pound common, a new PB for him. So yeah, buzzing for Burge. It's a long journey for him to come down from Hull and yeah, to have one, fair play mate. So going into this evening, looks like everyone's getting their rods set, getting a bit of bait out. The fish are still active. They're showing in front of Nicky and Matty. So hopefully they manage to pick one up. But yeah, we're hopeful for this evening and going into tomorrow morning. And hopefully we can put a couple more fish on the bank. Ready?
Nicky certainly didn't disappoint, nicking one just on first light, and it looked like it might be a bit of a chunk.
Took me life.
Happy days, mate. Go on, Nicky.
Peg 21, fishing at 14 wraps over a bed of particle and boilies. Caught on a size 6 Ronnie on the long curve, new Testix, and a 33 pound. Lovely.
caught it on a krill, just under £20. Second fish of the trip. Unfortunately, I've lost one as well, but the spot's working, so hopefully some more to come.
Scott was away, another one on his first trip to Berners, but what made this even more important, it was Scott's birthday.
She's right over the top of it.
Was he going to get the birthday fish he wanted?
Massive finger, that. Get in there, boy! Get in! Oh. Pressure's off now, Jesus Christ! Oh, Jesus, boy. What's it saying? How big? Go. Go on, you fish! Absolute made up.
Oh,
Get it off that.
you went far off, Aaron.
Lift off. Go on. What is it?
33, isn't it?
33.
No, 33.
Yes! Get in.
Go on, boy.
Right, so first time on Berners on the social with the boys. Fishing 22 wraps, single up bait to the far side. Yeah, absolutely buzzing, new PB on my birthday. Absolutely buzzing. I'm enjoying myself. I think I'm going to keep enjoying myself for the rest of the day now. Made up. Go on a car. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so happy, man.
I hope you return the favour later, mate.
Oh my God, I'm freezing, boy.
Just had this lovely £26 mirror. Literally, I've just moved swims a couple of hours ago, directly opposite when I was done 2 nights in. I just thought I'd give it a few hours around here. There's quite a few fish, splashing in short, and it was away within sort of 2 hours. Happy days.
First one ever on a zig as well. Not long, just changed that. They went down literally about half hour ago. Get in. So it's been pretty difficult
difficult for the last 3 days. I've been swapping with zigs. Today I thought I'd go back onto the zigs but cast out a little bit further. Changed the liner from a black one to a red one and paid off. So it's my first ever fish on a zig, which I'm over the moon about, especially on the Berners, especially last year. It was difficult and to finally get one over the moon.
Right, well that's my session down at Berners. Unfortunately I've got to leave a day early just because I'm going to France on Friday. So yeah, so I moved from that sort of corner where I had the one from, moved opposite swims, managed to nick one just before I was going home, just doing a couple of hours before I had to leave. But looking at that weather now coming in for the lads, there's a great big sort of thunderstorm rolling in, so it's a good job I'm sort of packing up and going home now.
Started my session on Berners on a peg 15, which is right across the lake from where I'm now. Well, I spent a couple of nights in there and not much was happening really. I lost one fish but haven't seen any shows on the front of me, so I decided to move to this corner. My mate Dan had one from here earlier. He just rocked for an hour before tucking up, so it was a pretty obvious thing to do and it actually paid off. So I'm well happy. It's not the biggest, but it's got nice scales on it, so I'm going to show you that next. There she is, 20 pounds 7 ounces, nailed on the little Ronnie with a long curve hook, the one that we're testing at the moment, and a stiff fluoro boom section, just single pop up did the job. So like I said earlier, the quite big move from across the lake paid off, so I'm well happy with that, and still a few hours to go, so let's hope for maybe one more at least. Buzzing. Happy days.
Just after Pete sipped his back, Dan was in again. Joe had popped down to see the lads. Being on net duty, time was of the essence. With an almighty storm on the horizon, it was a race against time to get it in the net.
Just managed to land this 26 common before an absolute torrential downpour. Thunder, lightning, the lot, typical DSD social weather. Same tactics as before, fished at 19 reps, over particle, crushed boilie, little 11mm pop up on a Ronnie, on long curves, doing the damage again.
This one went £24.5. Caught the Ronnie rig, about 3 rod lengths out, cut the mouthfuls of boilies over the top. It's a long time coming, like to wait 48 hours from your first bite, but when they look like this, happy days.
So this is the third one of the session, biggest one also, going £29. Caught on the krill pop up again, 15 wraps out, loving it. Hopefully get a PB tonight on the last night.
Yes. So we're just heading into the final night now, and today's been a productive day. We've had a good few fish on the bank. We started off at first light this morning with Harry nicking one at just under 20 pounds. Very shortly after that, Nicky in peg 21 next to me, he landed a 33, so yeah, buzzing for you, Nick, well done, mate. Then Dan, unfortunately, he's had to leave us today. He's going to France at the end of the week, so he wanted to go home and get a bit of work done before he shot off over there. He saw a few fish on his opposite bank and decided to go around, do a little bit of stalking, dropped a rig in the edge, and a short time after that, he was away. He landed that one, got the rig back out, but unfortunately, he lost the second bite. Scott, just down the bank from Dan, he managed to nick one, £33, a new PB for him on his birthday as well, so absolutely buzzing for you, mate. Fair play, your first social as well with us, so yeah, well done, mate. Then Pete, obviously with the success that Dan had in a short period of time in that top corner, he decided to pack up and move over there, and again within a very short period of time, maybe half an hour, he managed to have one on the bank as well. A little bit after that, Carl down in peg 23, he'd been fishing a zig out at probably about 20 wraps, I'd say. That went away, he managed to land that as well. So, well done, mate. No one else has been fishing zigs really, so well done for putting it out there and giving it a go. Then I managed to nick another one, £26 common. Then the heavens opened. It was a torrential storm, thunder, lightning, you name it, it came over the top of us. It felt like it was right over the top of my bivvy. During that storm, Heidi and Harry both had a fish, so they were out playing fish in that. I don't envy them at all, but well done lads for landing them. So heading into tonight, hopefully it continues the way it's been today and we can have a couple more fish on the bank.
Right, finally nicked my first one on the social on the last morning. Better late than never. Seeing fish over me pretty much the whole time I've been here. And I thought I'll leave a zig out for the last night and it went off this morning. Happy days, man. Yeah, buzzy. Went £24, but Ben's just landed his first one over there. So we'll slip this one back and we'll have a look at Ben's one.
First one on the DSD social, and to be fair, it's been a nightmare this session. This is actually my fourth take, but it's the first fish, but there you go. That's fishing 15 kilo of bait I think I've used, so the fish were definitely down there, and then just fishing single yellow pop-ups over the top on a Ronnie rig. But yeah, long time coming. Let's get it back. Oh boy. Oh, big. Well done.
So yeah, first DSD team social, absolutely brilliant trip. Made up, PB on my birthday, £33. It's been a tough session all round. There's been a few fish out across the lake. Absolutely buzzing, back-to-back PBs for me now, so yeah, made up.
Yeah, you're right, just finished the 72 hours at Berners on the DSD social. Managed one fish in the end from peg 20, around about 21 wraps out. 37, 14 PB common for me, so it's turned out to be an alright trip in the end. Quite a few fish have come out from around the lake. I think only 4 of us blanked in the end, so which weren't too bad. Felt we should have had more bites, but the fish were just a bit far out into our range from where I was fishing. But yeah, another good social, and we'll roll on to the next one in August. Roll on.
So that brings to a close our Berners social. 72 hours on here. This morning's ended with a couple of fish. Ben's managed to redeem himself. He's had an unfortunate session. He lost 3 up until this morning, but he's managed to land a 22 common. So fair play for you for persevering, mate, well done. And then Fudge in peg 12, he's had fish showing on him in the morning and he hasn't quite understood why he hasn't picked up a bite. He took the risk and left a zig out for the night, thinking they might be in the upper layers in the morning, and that's paid off for him. He's managed to nick one this morning. I think he went £24. Lovely mirror, well done mate for persevering also. I think we've had 19 fish in all. We've had quite a few losses to be fair, 13 dropped fish, a couple of cut-offs and a few at pulls. Those kind of things will happen with the rules that are in place at Berners, obviously barbless hooks and no leaders. So yeah, you take the rough with the smooth. But I for one am looking forward to getting home, having a shower, so I will see you soon.